This is an entry I have from my diary from the 16th of March 2020.
I've been documenting my life for a while now, and it's not like my life is the most interesting thing after butter bread. It's actually quite boring, if I'm being very honest. However, practicing this has given me multiple perspective shifts and some really good upsides I would like to share with you.
Yes, hello. School has been dismissed for Form 1s and 2s. Coronavirus is real. I'm done with my maths theory. OBJ is next. The epidemic is not a joke. Epidemic? Epidemic. Okay. It seems all the activities of the world are on hold. Baby girl, if you could see the future. I'm so glad I documented it. I'm so glad I documented this because I have a day by day breakdown of how I felt about the COVID era and what I thought it was at the beginning, even before it became a full blown pandemic. This is one of the reasons why I really like documenting and I enjoy documenting because I can sit down, go through my books like this, and relive those experiences. I bought this on the 31st of August 2019. I usually indicate the day I buy them, and I have a good number of them. We're not going through everything, of course, but I'll be telling you the lore behind each of them. Before we go ahead, I want to share my why so you have some context with regards to why I document and how I do it. Why does it matter to me? What are my reasons? Why? I hope this is still in focus. The first one is to create and witness my history. There are some things in this book that I have totally forgotten that my mind just kind of filtered out of my life to save space for me to create other memories. It's very important to me that I know the reasons why I did some things because situational context is very important. Sometimes I look back at my life and I think maybe I shouldn't have done this. But then I look back at things like these and it makes sense why the decision I took then was the best I could have done.
Hi, Edison MJ here. I'm just here to warn you that the next clip will be a little louder than usual. So it started to rain while I was recording and I tried to increase my voice so the camera could pick it up because I don't use a mic, and I cleaned it up in post later and I figured I probably shouldn't have been shouting, but yeah, sorry about that.
I like collecting evidence of my life. I decided they were important enough for me to put somewhere other than my brain, to properly appreciate where I've come from, where I am, and where I'm going. I wrote in this multiple times how that I wanted to lose weight. It was a very big goal of mine in senior high. I was chubby. I had gained a good amount of weight from my junior high days, and I wasn't fitting properly in my uniforms anymore. Maybe I'll find some pictures to insert here. It wasn't very intense. It wasn't like a body dysmorphia kind of thing. It's just I wish I had shed some extra pounds. And so I wrote it in here. To think that 6+ years ago, that was the thing that consumed my mind. That was the thing that took up space in my head. That was my problem, to lose weight. And now, how many years have come and passed? It's now 2026. And my problems have totally changed. Most of that is because the problems I had earlier are resolved. Not all of them, but most of them are resolved. I mean, I was able to shed off weight, not voluntarily. 6 years in uni will do that to you. And I think adulthood kind of hits me. Like, I remember there was an entry where I was like, I spent 5 Ghana cedis in a day. So in senior high school, most of the time, I think there's a norm where your parents give you an amount of money and it's usually it's not very huge, but it's like to cater for you for a few months while you're in school. And then you hand over that amount of money to your senior house mistress. And then every week or the other, you go and then you take small amounts of it so you can spend. So I think I'd taken some money for the week. In the entry, I wrote that I'd spent 5 Ghana cedis. And I was so pissed at myself because what did I use the 5 Ghana cedis for? I bought 3 rock bands. Basically, I used all the money for food. And I was mad at myself because my plan was to survive off of the 3 meals we are given on campus, breakfast, lunch, and supper. My plan was to stop feeding off of my chop box and mainly concentrate on the dining, food from the dining hall. And now I lost the weight. It really makes me appreciate the seasons of life that I go through. To think that that was my problem then, and it's not a problem now, and I have a different set of problems. And later in the future, even as I am documenting the present, I will look back at these days and think, this girl really wanted to grow on social media. That was her problem. And now she has grown. You know that saying, has a tree really falling if there's no one present to witness the fall? Now, this again, most of these things, like I said, they are very personal reasons. It's for me to be a witness of my own life, to be able to track and have tangible evidence of my own life. Very physical evidences. This evidence is a word. Tangible, tactile evidence of the life I've lived so far. I think it's one of the reasons why I really miss albums. We used to have these photo albums, so you take pictures, that develop them and print them, and then you put them in these albums. My mom has tons of those albums, and I think that's where my love for documenting even began, because growing up she documented everything. Okay, not everything, most things, but we took pictures a lot at church, especially at church. There were these photographers who came with their film cameras. You take some pictures, they'd go develop the film, print them out, and then the following Sunday you go pay for your pictures, you take them, and then you take some more pictures. My mom had this tradition where after she has gotten her pictures, then she turn to the back side of it and then write some details of that day if they're particularly important, so she doesn't forget. I think that's a habit that I have picked up but transformed along the way to better suit my own life, because these days we don't take a lot of hard copy photos anymore. Later on with time, I discovered this in my dad's bag. Don't ask me what I was looking for in his briefcase, but I found this. I wasn't a stubborn child, I promise. I don't know what just led me there that day. My sister and I started using it. Later on, we started using it in church as well to take more pictures until I broke it. Science to tell you that within 24 hours, you've lost 70% of your memories. I don't want to leave my memories to chance. So whatever you experienced yesterday, you've probably forgotten 70% of it today. I'm not very comfortable with that idea. I feel like that's how come some histories can be rewritten. I don't want my history to be rewritten by someone else based on inaccurate information. One of my favorite reasons why I document is so that I can process experiences in real time. People's lives are so busy. It's very easy to get overwhelmed by the business of all of it. And at the end of the day, coming down to write down my thoughts on the day or jot down my very, very random thoughts in my notes app, those offload a lot of the mental fatigue onto another medium, and that frees up space in my head. And so it makes processing experiences a lot better and a lot easier. There's this video I have of my friend and I when we were kids. We were sitting in my room. We were either in primary 5 or primary 6. When I watched that video again, I realized that my love for making videos did not just sprout up one Tuesday evening when I was in uni. It didn't really happen like that. It was a series of events, and looking back at that, it just made sense that I really, really enjoy videography and making edits now. So basically, it helps us see patterns. It's very important that you have a long shot of how your life has gone so far. You're able to notice the dips, the ups, the downs. You're able to notice what you've been consistently doing wrong. And with picking up those cues, you can make effective changes along the line. And when you have those patterns, when you're able to have go back to your 2019, your 2017, your 2015, and look at some things in your life and how that very little has changed, you notice the good habits, you notice the bad habits, you see consistency in some things that have happened over and over again. And with that data, you can make deductions from that and decide on how to proceed with the rest of your life. It also gives you information as to how your future will go if you keep aligning with those patterns, which is very informative. One of the best analogies I can use, I'm not so much into the crypto world, is, you see those candles, they usually have 15-minute candles that show the upsurge or downsurge of a particular cryptocurrency at any point in time. But then you can also take a long shot. You can look at it years behind, months behind, weeks behind, and see the trend. And from those trends, you can predict the upcoming trends. When you also have these patterns, it helps you not to gaslight yourself. It's very easy to do that when you don't understand the decisions you took in the past and what led you to make those decisions. And me being able to go back and read how things are, I'm able to get a wider, a bigger context that I might have forgotten over the years that informs the decision I made at the time. And it just helps you give yourself some extra grace because you understand with full context the situation, the time, the resources you had available. That all came together to inform the decisions you made. And if you made bad decisions, you also still have a full picture, and so you don't gaslight yourself into thinking you did okay or you did well with all the information you had or with the particular situation you were in. Having a way of confirming and affirming some decisions I made in the past just allows me to process the next set of decisions I have to make, considering those I made in the past. Most of the time, if you're documenting something, you cannot, of course, document the entire 24-hour period of your every single day for every single day of your life forever. So most of the things that are put down are relevant to you. And when you're able to trace back and see, okay, this was what happened, this was what helped me make this change, you are able to see how much, see how little, see the changes that have occurred over time. And that's very valuable information to proceed with the rest of your life. How I document, obviously, the first is using journals. I write quite a lot. I think this is the first one I ever took serious, straight from senior high school. And this is basically the entirety of my latter years in senior high school. I think I started this when we were in Form 2, going to Form 3. So it has my Form 2, Form 3 days. I'm so grateful I have this. This is the latest one I got. Well, not really. I have one, but I use it mainly for church notes. So I have not added notes from my church here. These are very personal, intimate details of my life. And I bought it solely because it was 9 Ghana cedis. Solely because it was 9 Ghana cedis. Don't judge me. And most of the time, I'll indicate the exact date I bought it. And for this one, I indicated the price because it was very important for me. I bought it on the 1st of February 2026 for 9 Ghana cedis. I really like the paper pattern in there. That's one of the things that drew me to it. It's very cute, and I have stickers I use when I write. This is one of my favorite stickers. My favorite flower is a daisy. So this and this I got together on the same day, and each of these was 25 Ghana cedis. And that was a lot of money. I spent 50 Ghana cedis in one day on journals. I was like, Marijana, so you want to spend 50 Ghana cedis on journals? It was worth it. It was worth it. The other way I document my life is through photography. There's a very huge influence from both of my parents in regards to photography. Like I said earlier, during the COVID period, Wasi was postponed. And then we came home and I started using my sister's phone. I'd just go around taking random pictures. Those were the days where TikTok was really popping. So I'd go on TikTok, find some fun edits or tutorials on how to edit photos. And I was so immersed in it. This, I don't really do it so often, but usually when I'm on the go, say I'm walking from one place to the other, I'm in a hurry, something happened that was really important to me or I really do not want to forget, but I also do not have the time to type it all in my notes app while I'm on the go or write it down. I just open the voice recorder and start talking. I just yap or what it is I don't want to forget, how everything turned out. And yeah, and I think it's one of the fun ways. I don't use it as often. I think I should. Aside doing that, I record calls with my parents a lot. I understand that one day I won't have my parents with me. They won't be here forever, right? And so I'm scraping for elements of them that I would want to keep forever. And so I think starting last year, I took recording my calls with them very seriously. Immediately they pick up the call, it's already recording, and then we just talk. Hi mom, hi dad, da, 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 da. And I have so many conversations. I really do not want to forget that I have gratefully been able to record. And so that's another way to keep my memories in check and to have them in my heart even after they are gone. I can give you my phone, open my gallery, no problem. But the moment you have my phone and you want to open the notes app, we'll fight. It's gonna be war. I will hunt you down. I write a lot of things in my notes app. It's I don't know if I have the words. It has a lot of information, very random information, and also very important information. And I have a good number of folders. I'm sure there are more than 10 for almost every aspect of my life. I have a folder for my routine, YouTube, finance and budget. I have a folder for containing letters to my future husband. I have a folder for church meetings. I have a folder for school, a lot of things, my projects, all these things. I have them under lock and key anyway, so the next ones I haven't really been doing so much of, but I think I'll start incorporating into my life. Keeping crafts I have done before. The thing is, I don't even throw a lot of stuff away. I'm not much of a hoarder, but when I have something, it's difficult for me to let go, except I'm bringing something new in, or it just really has to go. Playlists. I want to do more of this, where I have playlist for an era. I hardly ever stream songs. I usually would download them. Sometimes when I need to clear space from my phone and I don't want to delete them, I upload them to my Telegram, and I usually would do that in batches. And so once in a while I stumble on that page again, I roll back to those days and I play those songs, and it's just like a flood of memories. I have a good jam session whenever I do that. It's really nice. I keep receipts of some things I bought that I really like or I really appreciate. Sometimes I keep them mainly to remember the price of the things I bought. With time, it just compounds, and I look back at them and I don't see just the price. I see a period of my life where this was essential for me and I had to get it. I feel like I'm getting used to sitting in front of the camera and just talking my mind out. And I hope you like it. Let me know if there are ways you document your life that you think others would benefit from. Share that in the comments below. This is nice. I've consumed so much of people saying this to me. It's nice to say to other people. Alright, bye. This was nice. Yeah, I want real love, baby. Don't Hi. Okay. You see this thing? It's trying to mimic a dimple. It's like a shadow of a dimple, but I don't mind. If you don't watch this video, I'll watch it myself. Now what can I do? Can you see me? I hope you can. I'm coming.
Bye.
Jesus, I wasn't recording. If you see or hear any movement, it's my cat. It's Luna. I keep doing that. Sorry. Dear Khalil, there's a law behind the name of this diary. I'll tell you one of these days. But you see, it's about to rain. I need to be really fast. I don't use a mic, so I like rain. I like rain on almost all days. But today, we wait for the rain to stop. And then it intensifies.